It was a struggle to get her out the door, but eventually she left. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Aura Zone Stories. Today we have a story where this woman had a secret relationship with her BF's best friend. It didn't end well for her. Let's see how this story ended. I'm really starting to question the relationship my GF and best friend have. The proximity between them both when we are around has raised some concerns, and I feel like I don't even want them to be around one another. My best friend, who has been in my life for roughly 10 years, just recently gotten out of a toxic relationship. Over the past 6 months I have been with my GF talking and helping him move on. At one point I even left my house in the middle of the night to check on him, because I thought he was going to commit ending himself. He's better now, but he still has a long way to go. So the reason I feel really uncomfortable is that my girlfriend has started texting him a lot more. We have an open phone policy which I use to check more, but over the years I stopped because I have unwavering trust in her. Now she's constantly on it and is a bit more secretive with her phone in my opinion. I don't want to tip her off, so I haven't asked to see her phone yet. But I want to. The last time we all hung out was around Halloween for a costume party. Really, it was just 5 people, my GF and I, best friend, and 2 other mutuals. We all drank a lot and played video games together until it got late, and we had the idea to send someone to get food. My GF was the only one sober to drive, so she was designated to go. I decided to stay, because I was in the middle of a game with a friend, so I told my best friend to go with her as I trust both of them. They didn't come back until 5:45 a.m., left around 1 a.m. After about an hour in, I started getting worried and called to no answer from my GF or best friend. I tried multiple different times, but again nothing. Eventually I just kept drinking until I forgot about it, as it was quite upsetting. When she got home, everyone was either asleep or going to bed, so I pulled her aside and demanded to know what she was up to. She said he started crying about his ex, and she didn't want to bring him back in that state, so she decided to park and talk to him until he got better. We went back and forth, but I didn't know what else to say. It was suspicious to say the least. I had to drop it though. No other evidence to say she did something. I've moved on, but I'm still rather suspicious and anxious. We are hosting another party with roughly the same people for my birthday right after Christmas. I'm nervous of my GF and best friend being close, but I don't want to make a scene, so what do? We have been together 5 years, and I really want this relationship to work, so I'm really nervous on what to do. My mind is starting to think the worst. Thanks so much for the advice and support I've gotten this far. A lot commented and messaged me giving their thoughts, and I just want to say thank you again. A lot of you pointed out how my situation sounds similar to stories on Reddit of a partner cheating with a close friend. I've been reading a few and honestly I'm scared. It's eerily similar, so I went through her phone Saturday night to hopefully find some answers. When she fell asleep, I went straight to her messages with my best friend. My heart was racing. I didn't find anything compelling as far as if she's cheating on me, but I did notice that they text a lot, like nearly daily. A lot of what's up and how are you coming from my GF. This obviously isn't concerning, but it gives credit to my feelings of them being very close. I'm not a huge fan of that, especially when she's not being forthcoming and giving proper reassurances. Another thing I found is that she has vented to my best friend over a petty fight we had approximately a week ago. She didn't trash me or anything, but this is really uncommon coming from her. She's a secretive person with her personal life and especially our fights. He also didn't dog me or anything, but I feel like it's a massive red flag combined with the context. I also looked for any messaging apps and again didn't find anything compelling. I should mention that my partner is very skilled with technology, so hiding evidence from me might not be that hard. It makes me think if there is a secret app I'm not aware of, or even if she deleted the messages, isn't hard. She does have a work phone, but I'm not quite sure how to get my hands on it, let alone know the passcode. I just feel paranoid. Everything seemed so good between the two of us, but now it all feels like a nightmare. Am I in a hole for being suspicious? Is she really just trying to be a good friend? Am I overreacting? I really want this to work, but my mind is terrified trying to calm myself. What am I going to do? Well, I don't want to tip them off by asking either of them about it. I feel they will go underground further with the evidence. It bothers me, but I want the truth and I'm willing to wait to 100% know. I think my best course of action would be to continue to monitor how she behaves and how they act at the party. I'm going to stay sober as a few of you suggested. Maybe a few beers, but nothing major. I have started to go out more recently, mostly to keep my mind occupied. I've been to the gym and occasionally meet up with coworkers for pickup sports. It's been great for my mental and physical health. The day before Christmas Eve, I thought I would try change things up and come home a few hours before I normally do when I go to the gym. When I walked in, she was cooking in the kitchen and had a recipe on her phone and was laying unattended on the counter. I said hello to her, and as I walked by the phone towards the cupboard for a cup, her phone lit up with a text message photo from none other than best friend. Before she even knew she had a text, I grabbed the phone, unlocked it, and saw what I'd been after. They were both sending dirty pictures to one another. Or that's all I saw, because I immediately confronted her. I asked her, "What is this?" She looked at me and I could immediately tell she knew what I was referring to. She went straight into damage control mode, trying to convince me it was a stupid mistake, and she just got carried away because of the attention. "It's my best friend." I asked her how long this had been going on, to which she replied recently, roughly a month or so. But I don't know, could be longer. She just started weeping and apologizing over and over. I then started grilling her on what actually happened the night of the Halloween party, because now I don't believe a word she says. GF admitted that something did go on that night. She had tears streaming down her face and looked nauseous. She paused for a good minute or so, and then told me he asked for a BJ. At first she said no, but then she gave in and did it. She kept saying it didn't mean anything, and I was just trying to make him feel better. "I'm so sorry." What? I can't even begin with my best friend. When I heard all of this, I just broke down crying. My heart was shattered into a million pieces by the two closest people in my life. My girl, who I practically worship, just goes and does that with my best friend. And of all people, why would you do that to someone you love? Maybe I was just angry, but I said to her, "Why wouldn't you guys go the full mile and just do bedroom activity? Why just a BJ?" She responded that she would never do that. And to please believe her, I guess in her mind a BJ isn't that bad. How could I when she just admitted to cheating on me? I yelled at her that I don't believe her and that I'm done with the whole relationship. She started crying hysterically and grabbed onto my arm, which I pulled away immediately. After going back and forth for what felt like forever, I got up, told her to leave my place. It was a struggle to get her out the door, but eventually she left. I've gotten blasted with texts and phone calls from her begging for a second chance. I know you guys told me, but I don't think anyone can be prepared for this, let alone accept your partner, who you adore, can betray you so easily. Not to mention, and I didn't originally include it, but my best friend is also my cousin. It's your best friend as well. I still love her, but I can't accept a betrayal this massive. All I'm thinking is 5 whole years down the drain. I feel hopeless and destroyed. I just hope I can pull myself out of this. On top of it all, this happened right before Christmas Eve, which is usually the day we go to celebrate with her family. I decided to just stay home and played video games all day. Thanks for the support and advice. It did help me a lot, so I'm forever grateful. I'm just going to try to pick up the pieces. This is worst case scenario, but I think I'm strong. Her story doesn't make any sense. She's cheating on him for weeks, but she tells you that she would never do that. Also, her and your friend gone for 4 hours on Halloween and only doing a BJ. Maybe they started with a BJ, but it's clear why they left for 4 hours to have time and the opportunity to do bedroom activity. He shouldn't do the mistake of keeping it bottled up because he's feeling shamed. He must tell his friends and family. When he keep it for himself, it'll eat him alive and he become a sorry narrative. First, I am sorry this happened, but your gut was right from the beginning, and it's probably now telling you that it wasn't just one time, and wasn't just a BJ, and it meant something because something was going on for a long time. It didn't mean anything is right out of the cheater's handbook, and one of the first things they say when caught. If true, then she blew up your relationship and hurt you badly for nothing, so what does that make you? She's probably been blowing up his phone as well, trying to agree on a cover story. Get an STD test, you need to know. Hit the gym, stay off the booze, don't confront the partner, that's what he is. Face to face, things can go wrong in the heat of the moment. Take some time to get yourself together to decide what you want. Your ex will want to just say sorry. And rug sweep, don't rug sweep. And don't keep their secrets for them. My wife and I had been together since 1996, high school sweethearts in a way, but from different parts of the country, married for about 18 years. We were happy, did things together, had a kid. When our child was about 3, my wife started to act funny. She started to sit in a different chair in the living room away from me, and be on her phone till very late, like 3 a.m. late, and come to bed then. Even when we went on a drive, on her phone. I was cleaning our truck out. This was my first tip. When I was cleaning it, I could smell smoke. We don't smoke, so where did it come from? I confronted her on this. She said that guy at work, her friend, she gave rides to the bus station. But yet there is a bus stop right outside her work. This went on for a while, just talking to a friend at work. Didn't think too much of it, till her physical drive went crazy. We were always at it, and when she was on her period, I was still well taken care of. But then I noticed I would head to bed while she was chatting, then she would come up once I was in bed, have some fun, then she would go back downstairs till 3 a.m. or so. Took me longer than it should, but I clued in. One night, I drew her a bath, candles, etc. Tried to remove all distractions, including her phone, from the room. She got very defensive. That's when I knew I had to check. I got her laptop out and checked the FB chat. The chat with this guy wasn't real physical, but she was opening up to him with stuff I didn't know over the years. It was overly friendly, work wife, work husband sort of thing. He consoled her about everything, and she was telling him when we played or did anything, and flirting. Spoke about me in not a great way. We don't like texting and driving, but the timestamps I could see she was chatting on the way home and going to work or anywhere else. It was a little too personal. Did my research to find out WTF was going on. That's when I found out that an emotional affair was a thing, and could turn physical. I confronted her about it. She defended it all, of course. She spoke to Buddy about it, and he started to convince her I was being controlling. I don't care if my wife has a guy friend, or talks to guys. I have a problem with an affair, or talking till 3 a.m. every night. We fought. I told her she needs to cut off all contact. She was very reluctant till I went and got a suitcase. She clued in. They still tried to remain in contact. Wanted them to remain friends at work and not text as much. I shut it down fast. I demanded her to choose. Took me years of very low confidence to get past it. The life that she was sharing with me that was incredible and died off during the time she was chatting, where we're at it every night, or near every night, after, maybe 4 times a month, and nothing on her period. I tried to speak to her about this, and it turns to a petty party for her, and I end up consoling her. Then it got worse. Rejection, rejection, rejection. So I gave up trying to initiate, and she never did. So it went to maybe once a month or less. Then we argued more, and she got mad that I stopped trying. I said, why would I try to take a cookie if my hand keeps getting slapped away? Eventually, you're gonna stop trying. I even stopped touching her, you know, the hand holding, smacking the back when walking by. Caressed her last night. Last time was last New Year's. Fast forward to a few months ago, when I had a buddy over to watch a movie with me and my wife. We were all sitting on the large sofa in the basement watching the movie. This is large, like could sit 5 or 6 adults, and sitting on one corner. He is on the other, and my wife is between us, but closer to me. Not directly in the middle, but she is turned towards him, knees up kinda thing. I looked into this stuff before when I was doing my research. Body language is a real thing, and my heart sunk and got very closed off. I can't even look at her. I want to speak to her about it, but I know how it's going to go. I just don't think I can continue another year like this. This isn't the first time. Long ago, on our 2nd year together, not married, she went away for the summer. We had a fight because she would never contact me, and I had no way to contact her. She cheated, had bedroom activity. It feels I'm always second choice. I think the best course would be to speak to her in a calm manner, but I'm open to any advice. Oh man, he can't stay in this pattern. It's been slowly draining him dry for years, and she enjoys hurting him like this. I'm truly sorry for telling him this, but honestly, his marriage has been gone for a long time. I think a part of him knows this and are attached to the memories of what he used to be. She is not that person anymore. She literally flaunts herself around this other guy with small gestures while he's nearby, believing she is in control. And she's loving the fact that she made him plan B. It's time to take his stand. And it's time to end his watch. He knows what you need to do. You just have to be brave enough for it.